I wasn't going to do a comment on the Orlando mass shooting. I didn't feel like I had, well, anything to say that hasn't already been said. And then I realized I really do. And it's pretty strong. Stick with me. Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, what a horrible thing that happened. And first of all, I am amazed that anybody had the mentality they thought it was okay to go in and shoot people in cold blood. Period. Amazing. I can't fathom that kind of mentality. But here's a quote that I thought was interesting. Death is the sentence. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Death is the sentence. We have to have that compassion for people. With homosexuals, it's the same. Out of compassion, let's get rid of them now. Wow. So who made this quote? It could be a lot of people, couldn't it? There's a lot of hate groups out there. There's a lot of Christian hate groups out there. We've seen them. This could have been a quote from some of them. Could have been a quote from a lot of different, very radical groups. Happens to be the quote from a Muslim cleric that spoke in Orlando about a month before the shooting. And the mentality is this, that especially radical Islam, that they don't believe that homosexuals should live. And neither should Jews or Christians, by the way. But interesting. And I thought about this, and I thought about some of the things that I've read on Facebook and other places where, people are saying that it's just God's judgment on them because they're homosexual and they're in a homosexual nightclub, which means they're involved with deviant behavior, and maybe it's God just wiping them out. Seriously? Oh, man. I just think that this kind of an event just brings the crazies out of the closet, so to speak. So, folks, what is our attitude here? God placed such an importance on human life. And he said that it was while we were yet sinners that Christ died for us. Wow. Sinners meaning what? Could mean anything. Sin, period. That he died for us because he thought we were worth it. He really thought we were worth it. And he died for us as a result. I don't understand that kind of love, because my love seems to be a lot more conditional. I have people that I would die for. Would I die for everybody? I don't know. I guess I don't know unless I'm confronted with that. But honestly, I think that we tend to be conditional, and God isn't. God looks at all of those people that were murdered in cold blood and weeps with us. Why? Because he loves them. You say, well, wait a minute, they're homosexuals, they're in sin. So are you, so was I. Different kinds of sin. Again, we just get upset with people because they sin differently than we do. But it's all the same in God's eyes. All have sinned, all fall short of the glory of God, the Bible says. So what about that then? Should we just out of compassion get rid of them now, put them out of their misery because they're doomed anyway? Is that really true? Because there are Christians that think that as well. You say, really? I don't know any Christians like that. You don't read much. Folks, the bottom line is this. We have to be people of compassion, period. No matter what. God dearly loved the world, that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It's a promise for everybody. 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 With this line of thinking, it would be compassionate to put us all out of our misery, wouldn't it? We're all sinners, saved by grace. And then once we're saved, God removes our sin. I love that part. So what about this then? Well, compassion is what he asked us to do. Once again, you know what I'm going to say, don't you, if you've been watching me for a while? Love, love, love. Love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. Greatest commandments, once again, it applies here. So there I'm throwing my 2 cents into the ring. And there's so many people that have, done such great podcasts on this subject. I feel like mine doesn't stack up to some of them. But I hope this is another little area that you'll listen to. And if you're guilty of being a hate group, even as a Christian, there's a lot of them, stop it. Christ asked us to love unconditionally. It's not up to you to execute anyone with a gun, with words, with anything. Love, love, love. God bless you. Have a great day.